Welcome, brothers and sisters, bros, sisters, and sisters, bros, my LGBTQ nation across nations. This is yours truly, universal spiritual teacher, world LGBTQ citizen, multidisciplinary artist, international, Adrian h.a.dragan, also known as Hana. H-A-N-N-A-H, get it straight. A special occasion today. Now I'm going to discuss LGBTQ spiritual revelations. I've begun this series a few weeks ago, months maybe ago, based on my own teachings, spiritual teachings, as specifically as they relate to my LGBTQ community. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, something to drink if you want. It's gonna be about maybe a half hour or so lecture, discourse, conversation. Us discussing together. Me, you, we, together we win. LGBTQ spirituality, what's that? Have you ever heard of such a thing? No. Rainbow religion? What is this? A cult? What's going on here? Hana, also known as Adrian, you're trying to start a cult here, a rainbow cult. No, nothing to do with cults, nothing to do with set rigid dogma, authoritarianism, dictatorship, just love, understanding, and growing, healing, recovering, prospering together in mind, body, spirit, mind, body, spirit, wellness, specifically for my LGBTQ community. It's something that we must grasp, we must hold of, we must meditate, and it's something that in our issues believe it has to be integrated, because yes, we discuss discrimination, and of course we face discrimination, and we face misunderstanding, and we face issues within the LGBTQ community. I'll give you a concrete example, of course without naming names and trying to understand, unless of course people try to hurt us anyway, then we gotta get loud and more angry and more. That has its value. But was to explain in a way to somebody with what does AKA, also known as Hana, mean? Adrian, also known as Hana, or Hanan, also known as Adrian. And since, of course, I'm an androgynous, gender fluid, non-binary, human being, universal human being, explained, except hopefully it will suffice for understanding, without going into a deep discussion and set rigid. This is who I am, who we are. We are a being that is of both genders, fluid and androgynous, and this is basically what it is. And thus, we are Adrian and we are Hana. So in what times and what circumstances does it apply? And it's in all circumstances, at different levels of expression, of gender expression, at different levels during the time period, day, night, evening, whatever have you. One case. But again, I advise my LGBT community to stay away from gossip. Just address people directly as much as you can with softness, of course, because the words do matter. We get triggered by something we misunderstand, something, a criticism, you know. Sometimes get angry over criticism, like, oh, and that ego that cannot discern that criticism to take action to improve. Myself, I've of course self-criticized critically. One of my good friends, often my sister, oftentimes teacher, who criticized so much of my behavior, my knowledge, X and Y and Z, and sometimes they get angry because of that, you know, the ego. But most of the times, trying to be discerning and take a corrective action, right? A corrective action to also improve on the personal level, personal growth, so that collectively we can grow in understanding and love, and use that energy, the intense energy that can be intense sometimes, the emotions, the feelings, you know, that we take into account. Of course, for example, in such a circumstances, somebody wrote to me something online, fuck your feelings. And of course, you know, with a name like, username like facts over feelings, it's a conversation that, you know, kind of, that it's gonna be more difficult to reach an understanding and a peaceful resolution that's cordial and that's harmonious. Also, I'm really stressing on harmony and balance, and this is what we LGBTQ community across the nations, all the world, we must strive for a world that's safe, secure, free, and liberty, prosperity, for social justice as well, you know, more to address issues like economic inequality, gender issues, of course, economic, financial inequality issues, to balance free with fair trade, right? And that's also a spiritual morality, if you want. Also has some spirituality to it, but question of balance, of harmony. So, anyways, before I digress, this, you know, that in such circumstances, it's gonna be more difficult, and of course, feelings are important and matter. Of course, facts need to be balanced by what we feel about things, by what we feel about somebody's words. Now, of course, I'm an artist, do not like censorship. I'm just saying we must be quite careful about our language. Myself using my poetry very crude, very rough, very language. But you know, had a rough, tough time. Child as an adolescent with poverty, migration, X and Y and Z, and X and Y and Z. So I was exposed to different things that sometimes, you know, it's a more street language that are employed. You know, sometimes the language is more sophisticated, more scholarly because of that desire to, that was with me growing up, even in a tough environment, tough situations, to also learn and grow and read. You know, so. But back to what I was saying, feelings, of course, feelings do matter. Facts also, but there must be balance. There must be harmony, right? Because humanity is facing, because of culture and X and Y and Y, and some of it was, you know, patriarchal because of patriarchal overbearing reasons, you know, because the matriarchal, the feminine values, when spirituality was suppressed in many ways, right? X and Y and Z. I can give a concrete example. Mary Magdalene. I'm of the opinion, for example, and have see it in my Mary Magdalene project, that I'm of the opinion that she was actually a priestess of the goddess, or the divine feminine, if you will, and that she was a priestess, and that this was suppressed. I'm of that opinion. Because we see in the Torah, what's called the Old Testament, that there were several women who were called prophetesses. The Hebrew word is prophetess, Naviah. You know, we have Hannah, we have Miriam, Deborah, these prophetesses. Let me see. So anyways, back to what I was saying. The feelings, emotions, the world of the irrational, the subconscious needs to be accepted and more communicated, more openly, right? Discussed. Things that I always say is that, you know, there's part of the culture and as the patriarchal things that men were not supposed to talk about their feelings and their emotions, and that has created many problems, psychological, social, you know, the dimension to not fully being complete human being and being integrated, you know, of the femininity with the masculinity and the values and the morals to be in harmony, equilibrium, right? Not to show feelings, not to show emotions. Well, they're there and irrational. So the liberation of these can cause problems like the transition and change. When you liberate in anger, then you the channeling, sublimation of this force, of what's called violence, right, can be sublimated. Right, that force can be used to move mountains for good, to the good. Use force and energy to give a friend a rub, a massage, right, pleasure and healing, and for therapeutic reasons. That force, that energy, be good, used to good. Right, to keep healthy and active. All that can be channeled, sublimated, and create a correspondence or a counterbalance. Just like somebody says mathematics, 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 rational, 2 plus 2 equals 4 to that. Yeah. But there needs to be a counterbalance. The balance to harmonize it. So LGBTQ spirituality, because this is the topic. A revelation. And I've written an essay about it. Looking forward to be helped publish. However, unfortunately, present moment in time being unemployed, and I'm about $11,000 in debt. You know, paying monthly interest of about 80, which kind of sucks, big time. And I'm doing volunteer work, so it's not paid work. So after having received December 1st $698 in social assistance, also known as welfare, after paying rent, paying electricity bill, paying phone bill, I'm left with about $156 for whole month for food, right, and other expenses, toothpaste, and what have you. So I'm in a financially precarious situation. So anyways, if you can help, so just by spreading the word, okay, that the LGBTQ spirituality is very powerful, is very intense, very energetic, right? You see it in the parade in Montreal when I was in the parade in July, the Pride Parade. I mean, the others, they have religions or people culture or cultures have a lot of different festivals, right? For example, you take myself being partly Jewish. Judaism have several festivals, right? Almost every month there's a festival, festivity. Hanukkah, you know, Yom Kippur, you got other things, you know, and you got in Christianity, of course, there's Christmas, and do celebrate Christmas because of the chocolate. I love the tree. I love the tree. Just a tree, even if it's a fake one, of course. Just bring it in the color green and red together, and with silver and gold. It's so beautiful. Just love it, love it. Love the lights and all that. I like it, like Xmas, like because of the lights and everything like that. I mean, it's not, you know, it's not spirituality and what have you, but yeah. Anyway, so part of the, like I said, one parade in Montreal once a year. I mean, that's our festival, the LGBTQ festival, or ceremony, call it, or holiday. Call it a holiday. It's our holiday, the Pride Parade in the world that is going on. You know, Jerusalem, you know, Berlin, San Francisco, and other places in the world of Pride Parade. It's our holiday. It's one day every year, right? And you see in the parade here in Montreal, also known as Hawk Island, the music, the dancing, the vibe. It's so releasing that energy. LGBTQ people getting together as a community, and knowing that it's a Pride Day. We're proud. We are that we're not, we're here to stay, and that there's across the world, and it has, to me, it has a spiritual also thing. But this spirituality is not always obvious. It's not always clear, and it's not always revealed. It's the rainbow spirituality. Why? So, because to some other people, this pride of ours, parade, our holiday, seems that we're just, acting crazy, acting wild, dancing. But that's spiritual, because that's also a release of the irrational, the subconscious, which is also spiritual. Spirituality can also be irrational, right? And fundamentally, and at the core, the essence of LGBTQ spirituality, spiritual revelation, has to do with love. But a love that embraces the physicality, our physical flesh and bodies, right? Because you see in the Pride Parade that there's more touching between people, there's more loving, right? When gay or lesbian couple, they're bugging and make out, they kiss, and heck, someone this. You see, you don't see that much physical connection, physical love, physical touching in other holidays, right? For example, I don't know, on Christmas, right? Christmas, there's not that much emphasis. Okay, the mistletoe and kissy and hugs and free hugs. First and foremost, I want to make an announcement that as to live in a financially precarious situation, I said, but have more than 7 billion hugs to give, free hugs. God, 7 billion more for each and every human being on the planet. If you see me, just ask. I want my free hug, Adrian, aka I want my free hug. More good. More than 7 billion of them. More than 7 billion. So you don't see in other holidays, right? Our pride is our holiday for the LGBTQ nation, the rainbow nation, my rainbow nation. Where my rainbow nation at? Where my rainbow nation at? Right? Oh. Yeah. So we will see from on outside. See, well, they're just, XYZ. They use bad words against us, usually, like we're degrading, we're, what else they say? Immoral, right? Perverse, promiscuous, all that negative. But what they don't see, and this is my revolutionary thesis about LGBTQ nation spirituality, our rainbow spirituality, that is more intense, more powerful than, other spiritualities. Because exactly of that, and this is the paradox, because of that liberation, of that expression of the irrational and the urges, the liberation of those so-called, whatever they call the names they give X and Y and Z, that we are perverse, we're sexually immoral, we are, what else is used there, like degraded or something, when in fact this is the love that's expressing to our bodies, when you see, and it's more intense and more powerful, and thus when they view it with that perspective, that repressed, authoritarian mostly expression, they view it in these negative terms. The truth is that that's the release of the sparks of love within that. So seemingly in our pride parade, the others, a lot of others, I'm not going to say which one and which one, religions or X and Y Z, they view it and they say in those negative terms. Right? But they repress, right? Because during the holidays there's no contact between, like, more physical kissing, of course not. I mean, in the church at Christmas, you go, there's no people kissing there, there's no people touching, caressing. But while our pride parade is people just kissing and hugging, touching and caressing. And of course, because we embrace our LGBTQ spirituality, we are embracing our bodies, also our physicality, right? Which other religions and spiritual traditions, or have been in the past and still have, put down the body, repress it and say, no, it's spirit. But we embrace all the spirituality and the physicality, right? Because ultimately is a balance and harmony, right? It's in both mind, body, and spirit. Wellness in harmony to be achieved. So that, why there's these tensions. I want pride parade, one holiday, there's people protesting. I just watched a few videos of different parades. I call it a holiday, right? Because it's our holiday, and we should claim it as our holiday. This is our holiday, like you guys got Christmas, you got, all the other ones, and other holidays. And I saw people going with signs, you're gonna burn it down, this and that. Oh my God. Oh. Which is in our pride, in our holiday. People dress colorfully. And our flag is the rainbow. And here I'm going to go into another thesis of our spirituality, the Rainbow Nation spirituality, is that it's multifaceted, plural, and has different dimensions. Just as in our flag, there's different colors. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, right? Or 7 colors. The rainbow. And it can be seen as an expressions of energies. These energies are intense, right? Because if we would just have one color or 2 colors together, the contrast is less intense, right? It's less lively, less powerful, right? If like somebody would wear just, let's say, wear one color, it's just more conservative, more reserved. But when you have so many colors, like our flag is a rainbow, right? There's more intensity, more diversity, and it's more intense, powerful. And for somebody who has a more ideological, authoritarian, spiritual worldview with rules and regulations, it's black or it's white. And we come with a rainbow, it disturbs the natural order things, that turns it upside down, Claim the city for one day of the year for our holiday and pride parade. And you got people protesting and angry people. It's because of that clash, because even within them, that liberation is struggling with itself for love, right? Because ultimately our core, our fundamental spirituality is a love that's rainbow. And again, some people who just see love, black and white, in those terms, right? And they see an interracial gay couple kissing in the Pride Parade, like, they don't understand how beautiful that is. They don't understand the high complex energies, the intensity, and how spiritual that act is, even if it's in a public place. They say, oh, why are they doing this gay couple, gay interracial couple in the public? They're kissing, they're holding hands, they're even caressing each other in the bodies. Like, they criticize that, but they don't see the spirituality. It's because they don't see, and here we must bridge the gap for our understanding, from our perspective, or from my own perspective. When I was there, was feeling the spirituality, which manifested so physically that those outsiders who don't see this, or don't have the dragon's rainbow spiritual revelations yet, they see it as something which is perverse, and they call it these names: perverse, promiscuous, degrading, or what have you. Alright? But ultimately, just because it's that potency, that rainbow, that's what normativity, they're having, and across the world, they're having trouble integrating us. And that's why we have the rights, and we have the movements, and we have what's needed, of course, social, political, but I'm saying that if we are to have rights and to be recognized worldwide, and being integrated and fully to cooperate on matters of peace, security, prosperity, freedom, liberty, justice, also has to be a synergy, a harmony, a balance, right? Because to integrate our community, right? Here in Montreal, of course, I have the gay village. If I just want to be with LGBTQ people, I'm just gonna take the bus, take the metro, and I'm gonna go in the gay village, right? Where the LGBTQ flag, the rainbow flag is flying 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, right? So I can go there, right? Just be with my own community. Could do it. But we also want to be integrated, right? Want to create international supra-integrated state, right? Right? So that clash, that tensions, is because our spirituality embraces physicality to its fullest manifestation. Caress, kissing, X, Y, Z, to the physical. So in our holiday, we have dancing, we have beautiful costumes, colorful costumes, right? We see so much diversity, right? Of people, or the way we dress, it can be very colorful. Not necessarily, we have, of course, more LGBTQ people who dress more conservative. We have this, it's very diverse. The Pride Parade. You have the drag queens. We have the dancers. Fitness aspect of the LGBTQ community, and that's part of embracing the physical, taking care of it. Because ultimately, to be spiritual, to be charitable, to be good and kind, we also strive to be healthy, right? Healthy eating, LGBTQ lifestyle, health also related to health, right? To be able to help, to volunteer in the community, right? So back to the main core.
Adrian?
Giving a. Can you wait?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna come to you in about 7 minutes. So that core, the fundamental essence of our spirituality is that it's a rainbow love. And we must create more understanding, because it can be intense, it can be powerful, right? Get the dancing that occurs during our Pride, which is our holiday once again, the stress that I mentioned. Techno, rap, pop, you know, right? We claim that energy, and there's showing of affection and love, right? But to others, it might seem that it's just based upon the physicality, but in actuality is love. But that love is a rainbow love. So what it makes it more intense, more powerful, more energetic. So it's not, it's harder to be tamed. That wildness that you see, that multi-dimensional, diverse wildness as the love, but it's also peaceful, because we LGBTQ, we strive towards peace. Okay, we might get angry about social issues and economic rights and equal rights. You know, we must get angry and upset and march in the streets and get down to real life and business. But this spiritual aspect englobes the universal LGBTQ community, and it must be integrated. And what's more is that this spirituality doesn't have a dogma, doesn't have an ideology. Because we cannot say we got a rainbow God, because we gotta say goddess. If we say God, we gotta say goddess. If we say God, we gotta say goddess. So it's high, from a high spiritual place. Just like the rainbow that you can see in the back. You don't see it, it's the painting, beautiful painting. It's like the sun shining like after a storm, and it's a white light, and there seem like pyramids there, but the light comes from the sun, and there's like a spiral rainbow. Like a spiral rainbow coming down, like on the pyramids, which are like purple. It seems to be like a waters that are being like purified, cleansed, most healing from the sun, and a spiral rainbow coming down, which is a beautiful painting. Not sure you can see it there. Oh my goodness. See? There's like a sun, and it comes like a spiral, like a rainbow spiral, and there's like a lake or a river. Looks like a river or a lake, I'm not sure. There's like pyramids, lots of pyramids, almost going infinitely in the back, just keep going. And like the sun's shining this white light, and there's the spiral rainbow. See here? Here. Anyways. Not sure you saw it, but anyways. So it's intense, just like that light. A rainbow comes from above, from high, right? The rainbow you see it in the sky. It's so high and it comes down, right? So that energy, that powerful force, which revolves around a colorful rainbow love, can be seen by somebody who hasn't liberated or still in the closet about being bisexual, or you know, in a trance, not understanding. And this, I'm going to bring a revolution. I think that myself as an androgynous rainbow world citizen, bi gender fluid, and people who are trans men or trans women, have been that in a past life. In my spirituality, I believe in reincarnations, and many do. Judaism certainly does, myself being part half Jewish, you know, and other traditions, Hinduism and others, Buddhism, I believe in reincarnations, and many others do. Kabbalah, Judaism, like I said, does believe, affirm reincarnation. This is one thing about my spiritual teaching, is that these people are trans and are so misunderstood and go through that suffering. They have so much high energy, intensity to be released, and it's hard for people to integrate that and to harmonize with that and to bring a balance with that. So we have tensions and words and misunderstandings and people screaming at each other. It's the lack of understanding, of course, of our own also natures, of our natures, right? That love to be loved in different ways, to love, right? After we have satiated our need for shelter and need to eat, things like that. So those emotions, those feelings, and there might have been different genders and different reincarnations. Been a man, been a woman, been a woman, been a man, been a man, and then been a man and transitioning to be a woman, or be a woman transitioning to be a man, right? Because they were in a past life. This is revolutionary. I'm saying, what are you saying? And then karma and all these issues, and now the spiritual revelation of the multi-plural love, rainbow love, free love. Myself, I'm an advocate of free love with consent. We gotta teach consent. We gotta communicate. Can you do this to me? I have a safe word? I'm gonna say safe word is scorpion. When I say scorpion, you stop. Or when I say scorpion, you go harder. Your words X, Y, Z. I'm just giving an example. Right? Understand it. Right? Communicate, consent, dialogue. Sometimes we're not totally honest. I myself believe in free love. Right? With understanding and plurality and discussion and dialogue and understanding of our needs and our desires. But the LGBTQ spirituality is so intense and so powerful that it causes others to see it in a negative light. Unfortunately, it's because the absorption or their integration of our spirituality, sometimes being wild and free, is for, and not having an official book of spirituality, because we have a rainbow book, right? But ultimately it's about rainbow love, right? And those colors, and somebody who has a book that's just gray, right, will have tension and will have conflict and will have different disputes, right? Taking myself, look, gender in bathrooms, right? If there's a gender neutral bathroom, that's where I'm headed. If there's only male and female, but if it's gender neutral, always use gender neutral if there's that option. Sure, would want to see more bathrooms that are gender neutral. Would certainly love that, and I'm an advocate of that. Right? Myself cannot finance it. Need financing myself. I'm giving this lecture for free, right? I'm not being paid, but I've said that I have more than 7 billion hugs to give for free, although being $11,000 in debt, paying interest, unfortunately, and struggling. Minus $500 at the bank. Have an overdraft protection which pay about $4 a month, so I'm protected. Anyways, got 7 billion free hugs to give, even in my own financial difficult situation. So anyways, but that's part of it. See, to help and to be charitable, that's part of LGBTQ. And the spirituality is also a big part. It's just that it's not verbalized, it's not communicated. We don't have a set of rules. This the LGBTQ God, because our God is also a goddess. And somebody says, "Where's God?" I say, "But yeah, I don't know, but I know where the goddess is." Right? And I mean, so we're God, goddess. Right? And so, see, on our holiday to Pride, when I was there and was dancing, wore my rainbow shirt, blue wig, was crazy, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing, beautiful experience. And then saw a beautiful spirituality and revelation, and paradoxically was in front of one of the biggest cathedrals. We had the saints, the apostles and the saints, and it's called Queen Mary, Queen of the World. Mary, Queen of the World Cathedral. I was in front of it, rainbow shirt, blue wig, androgynous, gender neutral, dancing as my beautiful people were passing along with the drag queens, and everybody was having a good time. And that's paradoxically just was there on, this is going in Montreal, Hawk Island, right? As a René Lévesque Boulevard, it's a big boulevard, and parallel to St. Catherine's, and was there. And this is when I had the intense spiritual feeling of revelation, and the core essence, fundamental of it is that it's love, but it's a rainbow love, intense love, like the colors, red, blue, green, yellow, they will match with their intense. It's the intensity, and the expression, of course, can be intense. Interracial couple holding hands and caressing each other, and more people touching and being more friendly and loving than in other holidays, than in other parades, where it's all so solemn and quiet, or wow, we're embracing, we're loving, we're touching, we're kissing, we're taking drugs, whatever the case may be. So it's intense. But ultimately, we were about peace and love and harmony, peace and love and harmony, peace and love and harmony. Right, ultimately. And we strive for more social justice and fighting again to say peace in the world, right? And love, brotherhood, and light, love and liberty for mankind. Renew mankind for all of our nations. We're a disturbing nation, our nation, the LGBTQ nation. We're turning established orders upside down on the status quo. We criticize capitalism for its financial right. Interest. It's too much. Let's reduce it. Too much interest. And that's also spirituality. It has to do with morality and ethics. To be the environment, Mother Nature, to be in touch with Mother Nature, right? Hug a tree. Sure, hug a tree is giving you oxygen. Kiss it. Kiss the ground. Kiss the fruits. Kiss the cows. Right? Kiss everything. Let's start this revolution now. Let's just start kissing everything. For peace and love. Well, the boys are getting ready with their arms and the weaponry and the nukes. Trade wars and selfishness and poison and greed. We want change socially, locally, nationally, and internationally, worldwide, and this is our spirituality. Of balance. Sometimes we gotta be serious and more severe and more disciplined, but we need a balance of harmony. LGBTQ nation across nations. Rainbow nation. Rainbows everywhere in the world. It appears. It's universal, like the sun, right? It's a new nation. Interracial couple, gay couple, interracial lesbian couple, kissing, making out in the holiday that we have. That's beautiful. That's spiritual. Showing affection, showing love, caressing each other, enjoying even the pleasures of the physicality, enjoying it and liberating it, and that's also spiritual. But it's not so revealed, because, like I said, the rainbow love has multicolors. And for someone who's just gray or just you know, we'll use and see it in different light. And it's so intense and so powerful and so energetic that the containers that we're trying to integrate in the world, and of course the liberation, the containers, the vessels, it creates tensions, right? And containers that somebody spills over, right? So it must be harmonized, must be balanced. It's like force and energy when we dance wild for a whole night, an evening, or whatever have you. It must be balanced, and we need a massage, we need love, we need care. When we jog, we take care of our bodies, physically, mentally. We need balance, we need harmony. And that's the rainbow. The rainbow, all those colors. Ultimately, we are harmonious and united. And we're trying to do this all over the world. All of us LGBTQ rainbow people. Whether online on social media. And we have diverse opinions. And we listen to different music. And we say, but when it comes together, you might be more red. He's more blue. He's more green. He's more yellow. He's from Asia. He's from Africa. He's from Europe. He's from North America. Right? But the rainbow's everywhere in the world on all the 7 continents. And we're across nations. The Pride Parade has spread and has begun since 1984 at least. It's spreading more. The world. Pride parades, more and more over the cities of the world. From Europe, North America since 1984 to now spreading, having over Jerusalem, going in Asia, in Africa, Latin America. And there's tensions, there's cultures and clashes, there's persecutions against the LGBTQ. And we try to stand in solidarity and help each other out. We don't have, and should we, have an army or security force that's LGBTQ plus. Can we discuss it? But we want to be integrated with all the world. With Cisno and we have good relations, business and cordial relations, and peaceful relations. Let's strive together for social justice, equality. Right? So, yeah. Yeah. But ultimately, it's a harmony in the rainbow. Although we struggle and clashes with others who are not LGBTQ, and within us also, of course, that things. But ultimately, we try to build, and we build a solidarity across nations. Universal, global, international. I'm in harmony. Because we are a nation across nations, just like the rainbow is in Canada here, is in Brazil, is in Nigeria, is in Israel, is in China, is in Romania, is in India, like Australia. The rainbow appears all over the world. Think of that. Rainbow flag. All over the world, the rainbow flag is being raised. You know? We're in there. Going towards peace and harmony, we strive to that. And solidarity with LGBTQ. Right? Because we strive for balance. Whether a little bit of balance from communism and capitalism, or together good ideas from here, good ideas from there, harmonize them, energize them. It's like the rainbow has. It's colors, shades, colors, and colors. Ultimately, it's a united rainbow in a harmonious way. Right? Has a symmetry, has a balance, has a harmony to it. Peace, love, and harmony, 7 billion more plus hugs to give to each and everybody. There's a lot more to cover, of course. Way a lot more to cover. It's gonna go next time into more specifics, more detailed, X and Y and Z.